I've been putting a lot of effort into something different this year. So I'm pretty new at all this, and it's constantly evolving what I'm doing and what I'm figuring out, what I'm focusing on, and some things work and some things don't work is what I figured out. And what you've got to do for your homestead and wherever you are and your situation, you just got to figure out what works for you, and the things that work for me might not work for you. For me, I've kind of decided that I like to let a lot of wild in. I've watched a YouTube video about that. I think it was like a food forest that was 23 years old. I really like that. That inspired me a lot. I want to let a lot of wild in here, but I also, if I don't keep things tidy, at least for now, and the trees and the things that I've got planted, the perennials, they will get choked out by grass, by a lot of invasives and natives and things like that. So I've been putting forth a lot of effort to keep things tidy and keep things mowed. So this is, I've showed you this part of the food forest several times. There's the chicken coop, the compost system that we have, and I've got a couple apple trees back here and some peach trees. I put a Coosa dogwood, and right now it's kind of grown up a lot. I've got these what look like cucumbers that have grown up everywhere over here, and I've tried letting them go this year, but I don't think I'm going to do that next year because I've not gotten one cucumber off of it. I don't know exactly what happened. I have had some that have volunteered here before that they did fine. They produced some cucumbers for me, but these have not. They've just kind of grown over everything. In fact, I've got an apple tree over here. Let me show you. Underneath this mound of them is an apple tree, so I might just trim all that back pretty soon. Man, this is what I'm talking about, how it can overtake very easily and very quickly. Pulling down my hollyhocks right here. See how it's weighing them down here? I want the hollyhocks because I think they're really pretty. Cucumbers are weighing them down. So I'm going to get through here and I'm going to mow. All of this pretty soon because it's just not working this way for me. And the same thing for my garden back here. So one of the problems, and I'm going to do a video on this sometime in the future, one of the problems and one of the things that I've learned is that you need to start small. So I started off all of this area right over here. I put some, I rolled some of that plastic down. And whenever I tried mowing in between it, the lawnmower would get on it and it would make little bits of the black plastic and cut it up into really small sections, and it would grow up like it has over here. So I never planted anything over here. That's what I thought I would do more than I did, but I got busy with other things and it didn't work out for me. Right over here where all of these sections are, which looks quite nice by the way, this might be a good method to start your garden, put that black plastic out and then kill everything underneath it and then move it, and then it'll be easier to mow between these rows without cutting the black plastic to little smithereens. But it looked right over here, this right over here looked like this over here where I actually have some things growing. So I've been trying to tidy it up a little bit because it makes me feel better about things that are going on over here. And the same thing for my strawberries. These are a few years old. They're doing better. I can let some of the weeds and stuff grow in and then just mow that. I did that last season. I think I might have already told you I mowed that, and I'll probably do that again this season after everything's gone. And I come in here every now and then and just pull some of the big weeds. Just 5 minutes a day, once a week, really makes a big difference. Some of these big weeds over here is comfrey that I had that was just going to be my boundary line for the strawberries, but I ended up moving some of the comfrey, and the strawberries are just so vigorous that they run all over the place. So they're kind of expanding outside of this rectangle here. I also finally mowed a lot of this area over here where I had the winter wheat. Some of it needs to be mowed again. I ran out of gas over here before I finished, so I'll have to do that another time. And you can also see the pigs over there in the background. I moved them to that new paddock over there, that new area, and it's really green and lush, and they really love it over there. Lots of stuff for them to eat over there. Let me show you one more thing. So this over here right south of the high tunnel is where we planted the garlic. I should have, maybe in hindsight, maybe in the future what we'll do is make sure the rows are wide enough apart that I could put the lawnmower in between them. But you see how much it's grown up right down yonder. Over here they scraped a lot more of the topsoil off, so it's not doing quite as well. But kind of let that go wild and it's kind of ugly, which is okay, but you know, I don't mind ugly, I guess a little bit, but you need to have some kind of maintenance to it as well. And the same thing for my high tunnel. I've been working, I hadn't done a video for about a week, and it's because I've been working on all this. And the inside of this high tunnel had all things grown up in here, and I've gotten so busy with other things because I've got all these perennials over here, I've got the pigs, and I've got some other projects going on as well. But I got all this cleaned up, and I planted some some sweet corn down it, because I don't have anything else that I can plant in it right now. So I'm just gonna, I've got like 3 rows of sweet corn right here in the center, so I can use some of this space. And actually the silage of the corn is really great, because I can just cut the corn off of it and then put the silage down on the ground, and that's going to create more biomass. So corn actually does create a lot of biomass and a lot of really good stuff for it. And over here, some of these willow trees, see how tall they've grown? A couple of them are almost 6 feet tall over here, 5-6 feet tall. And they were just sticks at the beginning of the year. So I think I'm gonna plant some of those pretty soon as well. And I've been trying to maintain over here. So all of this is a lot of work until I get some things planted in it, more ground cover and stuff like that. It's been a lot of work to maintain it, but you've got to do what works for you. And you know, I kind of like it. I like the way it looks a lot better whenever it's tidy and neat. I've still got more work to do. Look how fast it can grow up. Look over here right next to the high tunnel. And I already showed you the other side where the garlic is. But I think that's worth a lot, because it gives you some, you know, some encouragement, some confidence as well. And I showed you me cleaning up over here between the Chatty Shack, between Chad's house and the property line. And you know, that allows the other trees and the other things in there to thrive a bit more and grow up, then allows us to use it a bit more as well. But anyway, this is kind of a, you know, combination of a tour of some things that are going on, and it's some encouragement to do what works for you. I've been working on kind of tidying some things up here and getting some of this grass and weeds and stuff mowed and maintained and stuff like that. But if you like things like this, I think I'm gonna be taking a slightly different track on my channel here soon. But you know, we're gonna be doing things like this, showing you some things that's going on here and what things look like, maybe giving you a little bit of advice as well, some things that work for us that may work for you as well. So if you like things like that, then like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, select all, so you never miss a notification, and keep coming back. We really appreciate you. You've encouraged us a lot, and we appreciate the things that you have to say that can be helpful to us as well, because you've given us some really great advice as well. Till next time, thanks.